Your mental health will thrive when you have a strong support network. Hi, I am Frida Doxy, a licensed mental health counselor, head transformation coach, and I am also a member of the executive team of chaplains serving the WNBA. Today in this series, I will talk to you about how to build, how to create a strong support network. Well, why do we need a strong support network? Because we cannot do this on our own. We need help. And one of the biggest things I find, people, we lack the strength and the courage to ask for help. That's a tough skill, but it's something that is so necessary. So I'm going to show you 5 things you can do to build your social support network. Okay, so number 1, groups. Yes, you can become a member of a group. Now, let me tell you about 2 types of group. The first kind of group is called a structured group. Now, that's where someone like myself who is licensed or certified or trained in a specific topic, for instance, I do a depression focus group. So people who want to improve their mood and learn more about how to not stay in a depressed state, they'll come and attend this group, and I'll give them information. I'll not only give them information, but I'll give them a curriculum. I will also provide them with certain types of skills and techniques that they can use so their mood will not remain in a depressed state. So that's one type of structure group. It starts at a certain time, ends at a certain time, meet for a certain period of time, just like any other groups. The only difference is that you have a licensed or a certified or a trained individual in that particular topic. All right, so another type of group, if that's not your fancy, a structured group, hey, check out an informal group. Yes, that can either be something like Meetup, but you want to be careful, right? So it's a group where people come together with a common interest, and it's not structured, it's kind of, informal, right? Exactly. And you're talking about a particular interest that you all have. It may be certain type of women issues that you want to discuss, yeah. Or it may be men issues that you want to discuss. It could be married couple, it could be singles. It may be a book club where you take a certain book and that you all read it and then you talk about it and discuss, what's your interest. Those are informal groups. It doesn't have to be led by a licensed person. Because someone who just, hey, let's get together and meet together. Exactly. So number 1, again, is what? Groups. Find you a group, whether it's a structured group or an informal group that you want to be a part of. All right, number 2. The number 2 thing that you can do is call, ask help from your friends and your family. Yes, sounds simple, sometimes not always simple. You want to be able to talk to a friend and say, listen, I need a support person. Will you be that support person? And let them know how you want them to support you. It could be, hey, when I text you and I put in a certain code that you both agree to, that means get up, come right away. Or it means, hey, I just want to talk. I want to talk. I just want you to listen to me, right? Same thing with family, the same thing. Not every family member, but you know your family well enough to say, hey, I'm going to ask this person, and I will ask this person to be a part of my support team. Absolutely. I've found that in families, sometimes the communication style may be harsh. For example, someone may say, hey, get over it, you can do this. What are you talking about? You're a strong person. And that may not be the feedback you want. You want someone to listen, to be empathic. And you can use an interventionalist like myself to help with that as well. All right, so that's asking your family and your friends. Who else can you ask? You can ask your spouse or your partner. Yes, sometimes I'm telling you, some people won't ask their spouse or partner. They say, well, we're too close and they know me too much and they don't believe me and she won't be a part of my team. Hey, have a meeting, have a discussion, have a conversation. And if you need a third party again, you can consult in someone who's good at mediating so that you can communicate with them what it is that you want. And sometimes, let me tell you, sometimes spouses and partners simply do not understand what's really going on. And they may need some education. All right, so now we've gotten 3, right? We have groups, we have family and friends, we have spouses and partners. And here's another one that I like, online support. especially with everything that's going on. A lot of things are putting our focus towards going online, and that's great. Here's an organization that I have known for quite some time. It's called NAMI, NAMI.org. You can go to the website, and when you go to the website, hey, you can get information, education about a variety of mental health issues. Oh, so the name of NAMI is National Alliance National Alliance of Mental Illness. So you can get education information about depression, about bipolar, about stress management, etc. Also, they have different groups you can be a part of, and there may be a group going on right in your area. Absolutely. They also have it where you can text or you can call a certain number and get the responses that you may need. So that's NAMI, N-A-M-I. What are we talking about? We're talking about building that team just like a basketball team. And you have a variety of people on your basketball team, right? You have like 5 starters. So someone plays different position, but they bring their talent and their gifts together for the overall goal of winning. And that's the same thing for a strong support network. The other part, number 5, for a strong support network, which is, I think, is crucial, and that is a spiritual support. Let me read a scripture to you that supports what I'm talking about. You can find it in Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. So I'm going to read it right here for you. And this is out of the Holman Standard Bible, okay? And Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. And it reads, "Don't be a lone ranger." Isn't that what we was talking about earlier? You cannot do this by yourself. Your mental health will thrive. Your mental wellness will sustain. But you can't do it by yourself, okay? So it says, don't be a lone ranger. Don't think you can succeed apart from the help of a community of believers in a local church. That's what Proverbs 11:14. And let me read the rest of it. It says, instead, this is what you do. Seek guidance from many counselors who will speak the divine viewpoint into your life. A community of believers. So not just only your pastoral leaders or women leader, but look for other individuals in your community of spiritual believers who will support you. Hey, me for one, when I was in college, one of those years I was in college, I had a group there was 4 of us, and we met faithfully every week at a certain time, and it was transparent. We call it our accountability group. That's another thing you might want to think about too. Accountability. When I say accountable, we held each other accountable for what we was thinking, how we were feeling, what we were doing, and we could check one another. And then we were responsible as well to show up and to be transparent. So the spirituality part is so crucial. Why? Because research is showing that when you have a spiritual connection, your mental health flourishes, and that's exactly what you want to be able to do. So that could be a Bible study, that could be an online Bible study, that could be reading a devotion, that could participating, in a variety of groups that different community of believers provide. It could be going and listen to music that is spiritual based. Exactly. So those are the 5 ways that you can start building a strong support network. So what are they? So let's review. They are, number 1, join a group, whether it's structure or informal. Ask your family and friends. Yes, ask your spouse or your partner. Online support through the organization that I recommend is NAMI, NAMI.org. And last but not least, building that support network that consists of spiritual leaders, spiritual accountability partners. And when you do this, whether one or all of them, let me tell you, your mental wellness will just flourish. It will expand. It will grow. It will increase. It will sustain. And that's what we want. We want a mental health that will be sustainable. Try one or all 5 of those and watch and see what great things will happen in your life. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.